celebrate a very special event, the annual installation and awards dinner of the Lynbrook Chamber. Please take your seats as we begin the evening with an invocation from Reverend John Fahey, pastor of St. James United Methodist Church.
Let us pray. Blessed are you, Lord God of all creation, for you provide us with all the good things of life. We thank you for your many blessings, especially as we gather this evening as the Lynbrook Chamber of Commerce to honor some outstanding citizens of our community, to celebrate another year of service to our village and business community, and to install our officers for the ensuing year. We ask your blessing upon all whom we will honor and install this evening, and to bless all our endeavors for good. Help us to prosper our village, that Lynbrook may continue to grow and be a place of joy, prosperity, and peace for all our residents, as well as a shining example to those who live and work around us. Bless now this food to our use and us for your service. Keep us ever mindful of those who are less fortunate than we are. All these things we ask in your great and sacred name. Amen. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend. And now may I ask Lieutenant Colonel C. William Gaylord III, Associate Justice of Lynbrook and Counsel to the Chamber, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
All right, if everybody would please rise and place the flag. Put your hand over your heart. If you're in uniform or former military, hand salute would be appropriate. And repeat after me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. I do have to tell you something. On Friday, January 18th, we had 7 people coming to this event. So I thank you very much for coming forward in these past 6 days. We now have approximately 120 people here. Tonight, a new era begins with the installation of a new president, Denise Rogers, Vice President of Astoria Federal Bank. But before Denise takes over the reins, I must address the real leaders of our community who are with us this evening. First, our honorees. Vincent and Joseph Carazone, Small Business Persons of the Year. Although he's not present at this time, we are also honoring Detective William Debo, President of the Lynbrook PBA and a detective in the Lynbrook Police Department. Lynbrook Fire Chief Anthony Zemo DiCarlo. William Gaylord Jr., owner of Lynn Gift Shop and president of the Chamber. And with us here tonight, the Honorable Anthony Santino, Senior Councilman of the town of Hempstead. County Legislator Francis Becker. Deputy Mayor Alan Beach. I believe I see trustees Thomas Atkinson and Deputy Mayor Alan Beach, which I just said. Is Mike Hawkshurst here? Okay, and someone is coming. He's en route back from Albany. It's Assemblyman Brian Kern. And now, without say a few words to you about the Chamber and the Lynbrook community.
Thank you, Carol. Good evening, everybody. Carol, thank you. Carol is our dinner chairman as well as the journal chair, and she's worked very hard to ensure that our evening will be enjoyable and successful, and we sincerely appreciate it. Carol is our corporate secretary and executive assistant to the board, and I cannot tell you how much we appreciate all that she does for the Chamber. We are truly blessed to have her on our team. Carol is very, very special. Thank you, Carol. I would like to take a moment to speak to you about what the Chamber of Commerce means to this village. As a chamber, we consider ourselves to be a most vital part of Lynbrook and are committed to improving the wonderful sense of community we all share. Our membership includes representatives from virtually all our community organizations. All the important and leading businesses are part of the Chamber. The Chamber and its members donate tens of thousands of dollars annually to support all of the community organizations and programs. The Chamber is not a political organization, and we have no political agenda. However, we do communicate our program of work to our public officials, and I believe our relationship with our government officials is exceptional. May I brag for a moment about the year just passed and some of our accomplishments. We ran a very successful awards dinner honoring our Deputy Mayor, Alan Beach, Fire Chief Michael J. Hines, and Nicholas Bodo. We sponsored a Taste of Lynbrook, showcasing all of our fine restaurants for the benefit of the Veterans of Foreign War and the Scholarship Fund. We provided and presented the Fire Chief's Watch at the Fire Department Annual Dinner. We were major sponsors of the Fire Department's Wounded Warrior Project. We were a major sponsor for the Village Patriots Weekend. We sponsored prom night on Atlantic Avenue for the graduating seniors and awarded 3 scholarships for graduating seniors. We sponsored the weekly car shows from Memorial Day to Labor Day for the enjoyment of our residents. Sponsored the Little League. Co-sponsored with the village the Mayor's Golf Outing for the benefit of the community chest. Sponsored the Theater in the Park, featuring Cinderella at Grace Park this summer. The Chamber was a major sponsor for the Storm Relief Fund. Sponsor of the Village Fall Festival in September at Grace Park. Supported and contributed to the winter celebration. And we have an active referral service and networking events for our members. I have been extremely fortunate to have served with such a professional and dedicated board of directors and enjoyed the help of many of our individual members. I look forward to the new team, and I promise to stay on as Vice President of Government Affairs along with Jeff Greenfield. When I think about all the volunteers, there's only one thing that comes to mind. Volunteers do not get paid. It is not because they are worthless, it's because they are priceless. And our most priceless is Denise Rogers. I would like to have Denise come forward to be installed as our president. Come up here, Denise, please. Short introduction, and then I'd like to have appreciated if our Deputy Mayor would come forward for the installation. Denise started her career at Astoria Federal Savings 20 years ago. Her first job was at the Lynbrook branch. As she moved up in her career, she worked in various other communities and rose to the position of branch manager for Astoria Federal. In March 2009, she returned to Lynbrook as the branch manager. Under her leadership, her branch has continued to grow, becoming one of the top branches in the banking system. Denise has always been an active member in the community where she was working, as well as the community in which she lives. She's the past president of the Malvern Rotary Club. She's been married to Tom, her husband, for 15 years and has 3 wonderful children, Thomas, Chris, and Adela. You will often see her with her children when she's participating in chamber events. At this time, I would like to ask our deputy mayor, to come forward and install our new president. Thank you very much.
Thank you, William. Good evening. Me and Denise, or I should say Denise and I, have a thing when we get in front of people, it's like, oh crap. Right, so we got it down, we're all right. In fact, we don't even have a cheat sheet. Denise Rogers.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll remember that.
I, Denise Rogers,
I, Denise
do
Rogers,
solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to uphold the Constitution of the United States,
to uphold the Constitution of the United
the
States,
Constitution of the State of New York,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the laws and bylaws,
laws and
laws and ordinances of the Incorporated Village of Lynbrook,
the laws and the ordinances of the Incorporated Village of Lynbrook,
and the bylaws of the Chamber of Commerce of Lynbrook.
and the bylaws of the Chamber of Commerce of Lynbrook.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Okay. All right, well, thank you. Thank you, Bill. I was extremely happy and excited when I was asked to come back to Lynbrook. This is where it began for me, and I was glad that I could come back to work in a place that held so many warm memories. The fact that I happened to live in Lynbrook was great, and the commute wasn't bad either. When I first got to the branch, Bill came to introduce himself and asked me if I would like to be a part of the chamber. He said, you know, Astoria has always participated and supported our events, and Karen, the previous manager, was very involved. I told Bill, of course I would love to be a member of the chamber, and I eagerly became involved. Soon that involvement became, so Denise, would you like to become a member of the board? I said, okay, become a member of the board. And then he said, how about vice president of special events? I said, okay, I could do that. And then he said, how about vice president? Well, fortunately, Bill took me under his wing, and here I am. I will continue to work as hard as Bill has for our chamber. As your new chamber president, I will look to continue to promote business growth in our community by fostering opportunities to network among our businesses to help them build relationships. I will continue to work closely with the officers and directors of our chamber to host events that will promote businesses such as a Taste of Lynbrook that brings our community together. I will continue to work closely with the village, as Bill has done, to develop pro-business initiatives. I'm really excited about the new year and about what is ahead as we strive to work hand in hand in the community and the village to build a better Lynbrook. Thank you. Now I'd like to ask the officers to come forward and take their oaths from Senior Councilman Anthony Santino. Okay. Executive Vice President Linda Stevenson from Bethpage Federal Bank. Treasurer Sharish Mohil from ABM DeMars. Our Corporate Secretary Carol Burak. Vice President Special Events Steve Wangle from the Kitchen Law. Vice President of Membership, Charles Mayone. Vice President Retail, Joseph Carasone, Vincent's Restaurant and Vice President Governmental Affairs, Jeffrey Greenfield, NGL Insurance, and C. William Gaylor from Lynbrook. Vice President of Public Affairs, Rhonda Glickman, Rickner Communications. And counsel to the Chamber, C. William Gaylor III, Attorney at Law, and William McGoffin, Attorney at Law.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, will you please raise your right hand and repeat after me? I, and please state your name.
I, Jeffrey Greenfield,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States,
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the laws and ordinances of the Village of Limbrook,
the laws and ordinances of the Village of Limbrook,
and the Constitution and bylaws
and the Constitution and bylaws
of the Limbrook Chamber of Commerce.
of the Limbrook Chamber of Commerce.
And I do further swear
And I further swear
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the duties of the office
the duties of office
to which I have been elected
to which I have been elected
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations and good luck.
Keep telling the rest. Thank you.
Now I'd like to request to come forward County Legislator Fran Becker so that he may install,
Are we discussing?
no, not this one. The rest of our directors. Okay. Bill Albergo, home video editing. Chris Anderson, Crown Court. Eleanor Jabagi, Miss Humphrey Ladies Lodge. Harry Levitt, Northeast Men's and Boys Wear. Barentine Realty. Holly Covet, Olive Park Culinary School. And the newest members to our board who will be sworn in this evening are Jennifer Derrick, Limbrook Irish Shop. Veronica Kendall, R.A. Kendall Contracting. David O'Neill, Village Car Service.
Everyone raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear. To uphold the Constitution of the United States of America. The Constitution of the State of New York. The laws and ordinances of the Village of Limbrook. And the bylaws and laws of the Limbrook Chamber of Commerce. And I further promise and swear that I will uphold the duties of the office of director to the best of my ability, so help me God. And I further promise and swear that I'll give Fran Becker a discount.
No rebating.
Rhonda, congratulations.
I'd like to take a moment to thank two individuals who have served on our board for the past 5 years that have given of themselves to help improve the business district. And we would like to present each of them with certificates of appreciation. So if we can have Nancy Friedman from Richter Communications and Cy Anthony from Computer Services, please come out. Where's Nancy? Here she comes. Thank you both for all the work that you've done in helping to support our chamber and all the
Oh, thank you. As I said, thank you so much. I love every minute. I'm still here and I'm willing to help every second. You know, I'm always here for you.
Okay, now I'd like to begin by introducing our first honoree. call up Vincent and Joseph Carasone and his family and their
Yeah, all the family.
All right. In 1962, Vincent Carasone and his brother opened a pizzeria restaurant right in the heart of Lynbrook. In 1978, they moved from their small pizzeria to a bigger area and opened Vincent's Pizzeria and Restaurant. For many years, Vincent and his wife, Josephina, ran the restaurant together. After some years, their youngest son, Joseph, only 13 at the time, began to help out. Today, Joseph and Vincent run the family business together and insist nothing has changed other than the look of the restaurant. While some of the recipes are new, put together from Joseph's creative taste, many of the dishes offered on the menu are family recipes, some brought by Vincent from Italy and others created from his years in America. Everything from the sauces to the pizza dough are made fresh daily and contribute to the delectable taste of their meals. You'll taste tonight how delicious their creations are. The Carasone family play a very active part as members of the Lynbrook community. They are members of the Lynbrook Chamber of Commerce, contribute to numerous charities and fundraisers throughout the year, and they help the community in any way that they can. Please join me in congratulating Vincent and Joseph Carasone.
Right here. Big smile. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm from the mayor's office, and on behalf of the mayor and the board, we'd like to recognize Joe and his dad. I can't call you Vincent, I'm gonna call you Dad, all right?
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Joe and his dad have always been very supportive of the village. And one situation that I ran into Joe was many years ago when we started the hockey rink. I was selling boards, for advertisement, trying to raise some money to get the rink done. And I went to Joe and I asked him, would you help support the rink? Joe said, for the kids, absolutely, no problem. What do you need, how much? And he was all for it. And I said, well, Joe, when I told him how much it was, he goes, okay, but don't tell my dad. I'll be the one to break it to him. But they've always been there, always very supportive of the village, and we greatly appreciate it. And on behalf of the mayor and the board, thank you very much.
Our next honoree is Chief Anthony Zemo DiCarlo. Anthony Zemo DiCarlo, better known as Zemo to most, was sworn into office as the Fire Chief of Lynbrook Fire Department by Mayor William Henry on April 17, 2012. His one-year term of office will officially end in April. He joined Tally Ho Engine Company 3 of the Lynbrook Fire Department in 1992 because of his late uncle, ex-chief and honorary commissioner Dominic Uncle Dom DiCarlo, who was a member of the Tally Ho. Uncle Dom served for 65 years and was the main reason and inspiration for Anthony to also become a firefighter. After joining Tally Ho, Anthony rose through the officer ranks and served as captain of Tally Ho. In April 2009, he was elected an assistant fire chief by the fire department membership. He served in that position for 3 years before being elected to the position of chief of department last year. Zemo was born and raised in Lynbrook and is a graduate of Lynbrook High School. He operates his own landscaping business. He's the father of 3 children and third generation living in the same home on Vine Street in Lynbrook, which his grandfather lived in over 100 years ago. After his swearing in as chief of department, Tony said, "It is one of the greatest honors to be elected chief of the Lynbrook Fire Department and head a group of over 225 dedicated men and women who are present 24 hours each day to protect the lives and property of our residents." Tonight, the Lynbrook Chamber of Commerce honors the man who has been the leader of those 225 dedicated men and women, volunteer firefighters and EMS personnel for the past year. Thank you, Chief Anthony Zemo DiCarlo, Jr., for your leadership, commitment, and dedication to the residents and business community of the Incorporated Village of Lynbrook.
This evening, we have Detective William Debo from the Lynbrook Police Department and president of the Lynbrook PBA for many years, being honored. However, Bill is not available this evening. He's taking a well-deserved vacation, but I would like to read to you a little bit of his bio. William Debo has been a member of the Lynbrook Police Department since June of 1975. After graduating from the Nassau County Police Academy, he was assigned to a foot post in the downtown area of the village during the daytime hours and a motor patrol post on his night tours. In 1987, he was assigned to the position of Administrative Police Officer by the Chief of Police, a position he held until being promoted to Administrative Detective by Mayor Eugene Scarpato in 2005 until the present. During his career, Bill also graduated from the FBI Firearms Instructor School, as well as the Glocken-Smith Wesson Armor School. Bill has also been an active member of the Lynbrook PBA throughout his career. He has held the positions of Secretary, Vice President, and has been the President since 1988. He is currently the President of the 1,400-member Nassau Police Conference and first Vice President of the 35,000 members of New York State Association of PBAs. In October of 1976, Bill married his wife Dolores Crudo of East Meadow. Together they are the proud parents of Colette, Adam, and Lene. They are also the proud grandparents of Matthew, Kaylee, Alexandra, and Adam. Bill, you have served this village and its residents proudly. And now accepting on his behalf is Sergeant Joseph Cipolla.
I spoke with Bill this morning, and he would just like me to thank the Chamber, not only for selecting him as the recipient of this award, but for their strong support of the police department throughout his years in Lynbrook. Thank you.
Our last honoree this evening, we'd like to call up his son to present the award. C. William Baylor III, will you please come up?
Somebody should have told me in advance. Anyway, so when I was asked to make a few remarks about your father on the day he's being honored, you either can make this into a love fest or a kumbaya kind of thing, and we can go on and talk about all the good things he's done over the course of my lifetime, or we can look at it more like a eulogy and try to say the nice things that we want people to remember after his term as president of the chamber. But I'm going to do something kind of in between here and just give you a little bit of background about my dad, who's the outgoing former president of the Chamber of Commerce. For those that don't know him, now many folks in the room know him for many years because he grew up here in Lynbrook, was raised on Vincent Avenue, the corner of Vincent and Peninsula. Is a product of the Lynbrook schools. Married my mom Lillian, who lived on Earl Avenue. They grew up together. He married her, and And they've been in Lynbrook pretty much ever since, for the last 55 or 60 years or so. My dad and mom are the owners of the Lynn Gift Shop and Hallmark Store on Atlantic Avenue. Have owned it for the last 26 years. And when they first bought the store, took ownership of the store, it was next to Miller's across the street from where it currently is. They moved the store to its present location on the west side of Atlantic Avenue, and over the years have seen the downtown area go through many changes, fundamental changes. Times were not so good sometimes. Times were good many years. But the whole downtown area changed over the years. And almost immediately, from the time he bought the Hallmark store, he joined the Chamber. So nearly 26 years ago, joined the Chamber of Commerce and has been a member of the Chamber in some form or fashion continuously ever since. For most of those years, he served in some kind of leadership capacity, either as a member, as a director on the board of directors, vice president, and for 9 of those years served as the president of the Chamber. And those 9 years as president occurred basically over the last decade or so, from the year 2000 to the forward, to the present, with the last 4 years continuously as the president of the Chamber. So he's seen a lot in our community. He's been a part of the community. He's helped our community to grow. And he's clearly an individual who's dedicated all of his life to serving the public in some form or fashion, basically. He graduated from high school, went on to college at Hofstra University, got a degree, started to work for the town of Hempstead as a laborer, worked his way through the ranks, culminating in a position as executive assistant to the town supervisor and the town board. He moved from the town of Hempstead, became the executive vice president of the Long Island Association, which everybody knows is Long Island's Chamber of Commerce, and was tasked with the responsibility of leading an organization to promote the business and economic growth of Long Island. And he did that for many years before moving on and venturing in as a real estate broker and owning his own real estate agency, along with my mom, who's also a real estate broker. He's an insurance broker, and then, as I most recently just mentioned, for the last 26 years, a businessman, a successful businessman, running the Hallmark store. Throughout his entire career, it's been about promoting the community that we live in. He's been a driving force between the elected officials, the town, county, local elected officials, and the village businesses, the voice of the village businesses, promoting those programs that we need to ensure the future economic prosperity of our community. And as he mentioned before, it's a job that you don't get paid to do. It's not because you're not worthy of it, it's because it's a service that you do is really priceless. And all the members that are part of the Lynbrook Chamber of Commerce dedicate so many hours, so many years of their time, so much of their life to promoting our community and our way of life, to make it a better place to live, work, and play. And he's been instrumental in many of those programs. You heard the laundry list of just the accomplishments this year. And there have been similar accomplishments that he's oversaw and led over the last 26 years. And there's not enough that can be said for the amount of time and effort that goes into these programs, and thanks that's never really said. It's the unsaid praise that you don't often get in these jobs, whether you're the president, whether you're my dad, who's done this for a long time, or you're just on the board of directors. My dad's a member of or associate member of the Lynbrook Hose Company. He's an active member of the Lynbrook Sales Lodge. He's involved in the churches, not only by participating over at St. James, but he's involved in Our Lady of Peace and the outreach programs. countless dollars in donations to the different outreach programs for the many organizations here in Lynbrook. So it's community level, it's on the personal level, and it's all about giving. And he's given a lifetime to this community, and we're proud to recognize him tonight for all that he's done for the chamber, for all that he's done for our community, for all that he's done for our family to make it truly, to make Lynbrook truly a better place to live, work, and play.
Congratulations, C. William Gaylor, Jr., Chamber President, Lynn Gift and Hallmark Shop, for dedicated service and loyalty to the Lynbrook community. Thank you.
I spoke before. All I can say is I thank you for the honor, and I appreciate the fact that you allowed me to serve as president. Thank you.
Big smile, guys. Thank you.
On behalf of the mayor and the board, I'd like to present Chief Zemo the citation. And I'll say quickly, this guy's got the heart of the universe. It is the best, he is wonderful, so he's got a smile on his face and he's ready to get it. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bill, another citation from Village. What can I say about you? What you said in your interview, it is true. You definitely gave the chamber the respect that it deserves. Thank you very much for your service. I know Billy's not here, Debo. All the residents of the village greatly appreciate everything he's done in the past. And fortunately, he's not here. We really would like to do that personally. But Billy and the mayor have a great relationship, and it's just only helped our village. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everybody. I just want to thank and congratulate the Lynbrook Chamber of Commerce. Let's give them a big round of applause for all the work. It was a difficult year last year between the economy and of course the storm which impacted the South Shore and mostly people to the south of us. But during Christmas time, I'm sure like me, you also watch It's a Wonderful Life. And towards the end of the movie, when Jimmy Stewart comes back and the people in this community surround him and support him and help him, it always brings a tear to my eyes. And I can't stop but think about my community, the village of Lynbrook, and how the Lynbrook Chamber of Commerce and each and every one of us feels towards each other. And of course, the theme of the movie is that the community would be the same without each and every one of you. Each and every one of you is important. Each and every one of you makes a terrific contribution, and this community would not be the same if each and every one of you weren't here. And you think about what would Lynbrook be like without Vincent's, pizzeria? What would Lynbrook be like without the Lynbrook Fire Department and people like Zemo here? Thank you for reminding me your name. Being willing to serve Lynbrook and help Lynbrook and be there in a time of need. And of course, how about a big round of applause for our police department, our DPW, for the amazing job they did during the Sandy storm. But once again, I want to congratulate everybody, and of course the other honorees. Bill Gaylor, what would Lynbrook be without Lynn Gift Shop and a person like Bill involved as much as he is, and of course our police department and Bill Dival. Each one of them and each and every one of you makes this community the amazing place that it is, and it truly is living in Lynbrook a wonderful life. So thank you so very much. And now I'd like to introduce my colleague Brian Kern.
Good evening, everyone. I'm going to be quick. I was going to take Zemo's time, but I'm not going to. Real quick, you know what I was going to say? As a former mayor here, what I do want to underscore is the fact of how important the Chamber of Commerce is to this village. I saw firsthand for 4 years how how important you are to us, and it goes unrecognized. You are the first people to help us out. Every organization you name, Little League, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, you are there to help them. Even more importantly, you're such an important part of this community. The contributions that you make with regards to the services that you provide, and also, listen, the reality is how important you are on the tax base as well. You provide relief to the homeowners, and they should know that, and they should reciprocate in that, and making sure that your businesses are frequented. And I know that. Remind them that. I think we should make sure that we take the time to do that. Just real quick, I also want to congratulate Denise on becoming president. She's going to do a fantastic job. Real quick, you couldn't have picked better people to honor tonight. Vincent and Joe, they are two tremendous business owners, but even more importantly, they're better family men and fathers. They are great people. Billy Depot, you know, I have to tell you, Billy Depot, I know they told you that he was on vacation, but he just didn't want to be here because he didn't want to hear what Alan was going to say about him.
By the way, it wasn't 4 years.
But I have to tell you, I had the privilege of meeting Billy as mayor, and what was great about Billy, he is smart, he is hardworking, but what is the best part of Billy Depot, and I wish he was here for you to see it, is he is one of the most honest people that you'll meet. And he had a way of not only caring about his men in the Limerick Police Department, who do a great job, but caring about the village that his men serves, and even though he doesn't live here. So he's a great guy, and I wish you guys could have met him tonight. Zemo, I have to tell you, I'm still waiting for that day where Zemo actually has a bad day. Zemo is one of the nicest people that you'll know, and you know what? You can take a lot from Zemo because he cares a lot about everybody, and he never lets anything get to him, and he always has a great disposition. He's hungry. And lastly, Bill Gaylor, and I have to tell you, I've never seen anybody who has worked harder for this village. I know he was president for nine years, but in the 4 that I was mayor and 3 since, this man has done more for Limerick than most people that I know, and he deserves a big round of applause. So real quick, I have proclamations from the New York State Assembly honoring each of them. Just real quick, I was taking a lot of ribbon from my table over there. It's like the Herald table, just because we only have proclamations and the chamber was giving out plaques. So I just want to recognize the fact that I have cheap champagne for everybody as well. Congratulations.
He's really doing.
Joe Rose again.
We apologize for being early. Congratulations to our honorees again. This concludes our program. We would like to invite everyone to enjoy a wonderful dinner catered by tonight's